Dear learners, I am M. Geetanjali, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from St.Josephs Arts and Science College for Women, Hosur. We are going to discuss about the subject web technology. In web technology, we are going to discuss about that CSS. That CSS means that is the cascading style sheets. It describes how the HTML elements are to be displayed on screen or paper or any other media. CSS can save lots of work. It can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. The CSS can be stored in CSS files. It is used to define your web pages, that is including your design or layout and variations in the display for different devices and screen sizes. And also the CSS describes how the web page should look, and it prescribes the color, font, spacing as well as like much more. Here the CSS rules. That CSS rules, what are the rules we are going to follow in CSS? That CSS comprises that styles in that is interpreted by the browser, and it is applied to the corresponding element in your document. The style rule consists of two things, that is two blocks. One is selector block, another one is declaration block. In a selector block in CSS used to target and select specific HTML element to apply the styles. In the declaration block, a declaration in CSS is a combination of property and its corresponding value. Example, here the selector equal to h1 and the declaration equal to color :blue and the font size equal to 12px. That is, where the selector is h1, that is the heading level. That h1 heading level is blue in color and that font size should be 12px, like that here given in that example. And that CSS rules, here that selector, that is h1, here that color is a property and that blue is the value for that property. Here that font size is the property and the 12px is the value for that property. You have to give the selector points to the HTML element which you are going to style. Then in the declaration block that can contains one or more declarations that should be separated by semicolons. Each declarations includes that both CSS property name as well as property values. The property name and property values that are separated by colon. The multiple declarations of CSS that are separated by semicolons, the declarations blocks are surrounded by curly braces here. This is the example for CSS. That is, in this example, that element is paragraph. That in that paragraph, that P is a selector, and in the after that we have to open that curly braces, that is the declaration block. Here in the declaration block we have to give color, that is the property name, and that blue is a property value. And the next one is text align, that is a property name, and that center is a property value. Then we can close that declaration block. Here P is a selector and color is a property and blue is a property value. The text align is a property and the center is a property value. This is the output. So the color displayed here is blue in color and the text that will be aligned in center. The next one is CSS property. A CSS property assign a style or behavior to an HTML element. The CSS properties can support more than 200 CSS. Then the CSS property can contain two parts. One is property name and property value. The property value is enclosed with double quotes. Some examples includes in that CSS property name are color, border, margin, font style, like that. The CSS property declaration consists of property name and property value. The property name that will come first and then you have to put colon, then you can enter the property value. Here this is the general pattern of the CSS property, that is property name equal to colon property value. If you specify more than one CSS property, each name equal to value pair that is separated by semicolon, like that. That property 1 colon property value, property 2 colon property value. Like that you can enter many properties in CSS. Here the example, div style equal to border colon 1px solid black, font size colon 18px. Then the style this is. Then close the div. Here the two property names are given here. One is border, another one is font size. Some examples of CSS properties are accent color. It specifies the accent color for the user interface. Align content. It specifies the alignment between the lines inside the flexible container when the items do not use in all available space. Align item. It specifies the alignment for the items inside the flexible container. Align self. It specifies the alignment for the selected items inside the flexible container. Then animation, it creates the animating element. These are some examples for CSS properties. There are more than 200 properties are available in CSS. This is an example program for CSS. Here I have to open that HTML, then open that head. Then after that head, I can use that style. In that style, I have to use grouped selector, that is H1, H2, P, that can be aligned in. The alignment is center and that color of the text will be displayed in red color, that color equal to red. I have to close that CSS, then close the style, afterwards close that head. Then I can open that body. Here I have to enter the informations, that is H1 equal to hello world, and that H2 is smaller heading. In the paragraph, this is a paragraph. These text that will be aligned in center and the text that is displayed in red color. Afterwards I have to close the body, then close